Hey there, good evening, everybody. I want to welcome you to Prog Monster. My name is Murph. I am the host of this show, a show dedicated to progressive rock and other forms of rock music. So, here we go. Semifinals number 2 for ranking of the albums. This is the final episode of the final semifinals. So, next week will be the finals. The winner of this will go on against the winner of last week. And I'm thinking this is going to be epic, an epic task for me to overcome. So for those of you who are new to the show and haven't seen this before, basically what I do here is Ben has given me 4 albums from his vast CD collection, and I rank them according to how I like them, with the number 1 album finishing at the top and going on to the semifinals, which is where we are currently at. So the first semifinal went last week and we had a winner, and this week we have the second semifinals, and I believe I was right. I believe that he chose, with the exception of the opening album, the stuff that was chosen in here was more later in the in rock history than the first semifinal. So in this semifinals we have 4 albums like we do in all the rounds. The first album is Gandalf's Tale from a Long and Forgotten Kingdom. The second album is Iron Maiden's Book of Souls. The third album is Opeth's Sorceress. And the last album is IQ's Frequency. So this was, of all the ones we've done to date on both rounds, I think this has been the toughest, hardest to pick and separate from. So the number 4 album was number 4 virtually, because it wasn't up to the same level as the other 3, but it's still a great album. All 4 of these I'd like to own easily. I actually looked at the Opeth album yesterday or the day before when I was at the record store, and I had something else in mind I wanted to buy, and between that and the Opeth album, I didn't really quite think I had enough funds, so I went with something else. But it definitely an album I want to have. All the IQ albums I want to have, so that goes without saying. This is one of the better Iron Maiden albums as well. And the Gandalf album is quite good for an album from a group that I had not heard before. So they're going to go fourth today, virtually because the other 3 albums were virtually tied. It was really difficult to separate the 3 of them, but Gandalf was a little bit lower than them, so they would have been at this level. He's probably like maybe down here a little bit. Still a really great album. Lots of interesting things going on here. I like the instrumentation. I like the sound of the album. It's that kind of prog atmosphere that I really like. And got some good instrumentation going on here. Excellent album, but just for this particular round, it just didn't quite catch up to the other 3, so it's going to finish 4th. The number 3, so this number 3 album, originally when I first saw this list that he had put together for the semifinals, I thought this album would win. I thought it was going to win. I thought it was going to be tough, but I thought it was such a eye-opener for this group for me that I thought it's going to have that impact and win, but it just got squeezed out by the other 2 albums by a hair, and that's Opeth Sorceress. So it's going to come in 3rd today, but easily a really strong album and one that I definitely will have to own. The number 2 album surprised me. This was the one that I thought the Opeth album was going to fight it out right to the end and win it. But it didn't win. The other album came up and knocked it out. I just think that, so number 2 album, without hesitation, is going to be IQ's Frequency. I know that will surprise people because they know how much I like IQ. And this is a good IQ album. Is it their best? I don't know yet. It's only had a couple of listens. It's hard to tell, but I do like it quite a bit. But it's going to come in here number 2 today, which is, so these 2, Opeth and IQ, I thought were going to be the 2 finalists here in this round. But the Iron Maiden album, just really, really solid Iron Maiden. This album has the potential for me to be their #1 album of all time, which is saying a lot considering this band has been around for me over 40 years. Just absolutely think this is a bang-on Iron Maiden album. Lots of catchy riffs. The vocals are fantastic. The storytelling is great. There's a lot of proggy kind of metal sound to this, which I like quite a bit. Being a Rush fan, that's the kind of progressive rock that turns me on the most, and this definitely has a lot of that going on there. And so by a sneeze here, I give it over the Book of Souls over IQ and Opeth, which were really, this is a three-way battle that could have went in favor of any of these three bands. I think upon the second listening, I think the Iron Maiden album is just a little bit more interesting to me right now. And so it's going to score the victory and go on to the semifinals next week. And I've already forgotten who the winner was in the semifinals #1. I want to say it was the Led Zeppelin album, but I don't think it was. I can't remember right now. I'm really tired. I almost was going to skip doing this video and do it tomorrow, but I felt like I should get it in there because I think there are some people out there really waiting to see what happens here. Ben, I know, is interested in this. So Iron Maiden will go on to the semifinals against the album I cannot remember at the moment. I'm pretty sure that it's going to be a really strong battle. And we're going to find out who's going to win all this at the end. And I know that Stand Up was in there, and I know that The Presence was in there. I also believe neither one of them won. I think maybe Led Zeppelin won. They might have won. This could be a real tough battle at the end, The Presence against Iron Maiden. I'm curious to see who's going to win this. Anyways, this was a really interesting ranking of the albums episode here, but the whole tournament so far this year, I really liked what he gave me throughout the entire second round of doing this. I thought it was fantastic. A lot of stuff in here that I've got on my list of stuff to get. Just some really, really great albums, and that's what it's all about. And I hope that you guys get a chance to listen to some of these albums if you haven't. Especially the Opeth one really surprised me quite a bit. I wasn't expecting it. I'd heard Opeth stuff from before, and I actually knew that they had done some progressive stuff as well, but I just didn't see them as doing something like this, which really surprised me. The IQ album, of course, was exceptional, as all their albums are. Just keep getting stronger all the time. And the Iron Maiden album, although I knew I would like it, I didn't realize I'd like it so much that it would win. Gandalf album was fantastic as well. I think these are 4 albums that I have to get. Anyways, I've been rambling on here a little bit too long. I do hope that you've enjoyed this episode. Please hit the like and subscribe. That's much appreciated. Any comments about the tournament so far, or about the 4 albums that we did today? What you thought? How would you rank them? Are these 4 albums as good as I think they are? Anything you want to comment about really in that comment section is up for grabs. And don't forget to hit the notification bell. So from Prog Monster, have yourself a fantastic evening, and we will see you next Friday for the finals. And take care and have a good one. Bye.